That's the theme. It's the fourth piano concerto of Beethoven, obviously played by Daniel Barenboim, who's pretty much one of the best exponents of Beethoven. So, faith, hope and love. It's in 1 Corinthians 13, letters of St. Paul. Faith, 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 faith. What price faith? Well, priceless, really. The pearl beyond price, faith. We certainly live in challenging times, no doubt about that. My personal circumstances are, in fact, not very challenging. I don't have to travel on public transport for my work or whatever. I don't have to meet lots of people, as in the possibility of catching this COVID-19 and so on, which is a pretty nasty old bug, actually. Initially, I thought, oh, get it done and dusted, as it were. But having listened to more and more stuff about it, it would appear that it can actually leave you with some really nasty long-term after effects affecting your kidneys, your liver, your heart, your eyes, and possibly even the brain. I'm not sure if I have much evidence on that front yet. Coronavirus, because it looks like the sun, with its corona shooting out literally thousands of millions of tons of matter, high temperatures, and I mean those, I just can't think of the right word at the moment, but those ejections, I think it's an 11-year sun cycle. I'm not really an expert on that, I'm afraid. But you get, they're called sunspots, and it affects the whole electronics and, whatever the sun is. How many? 96,000 miles away? Is that right? Schoolboy facts, I'm afraid. A little bit rusty, but anyway, jolly long way away, and it sends out massive amounts of matter and etc., etc. Anyway, that's why it's called the coronavirus, because it looks like a round thing with little bits sticking out if you look it up under an electron microscope. The coronaviruses, the family thereof, it's the different ones. They look, corona means, that's why it's corona. Right, so I just happen to be going through some old family stuff here. 1967, the price of petrol for 2 gallons, 10 shillings and 9 pence. 10 shillings and 9 pence. That's 52 New English pennies for 2 gallons of petrol. I know, because I've got the records right here. My dear old dad used to keep a record of every gallon of fuel bought. I think at that point we had an old Mark I Cortina grey, those round tail lights. And then we had a Rover Mark II. So And again, just looking at my family stuff. My grandfather was a Guy's MD. I think he had a choice of Guy's, Tommy's and Bart's. He got scholarships to all three, and he chose Guy's in London. So he was a bright chap. And anyway, he went out to Southern Africa and took on, at Bedford, Eastern Cape, he had the hospital built there, took on this farm, which was difficult because it was very dry then, up in the Eastern Cape, this is. But eventually planted beautifully over 5,000 citrus trees, oranges and lemons and so on. So I had to organize the water, clearly, to irrigate. And there was a small stream, river nearby and so on. So I think that's where I get my longing. I want my own land. And he was a great one for the land, being Mother Earth. And, if you don't nurture the earth to produce good food, you don't have good bodies if you don't eat good food, etc., etc. So Mother Earth is very important. We should nurture this earth of ours, this little tiny speck in the universe. Ramble as usual. My son is dead. Robert Francis, my son is dead. It required his life and death through suicide at the age of 18 on Tuesday the 23rd of August 2011, about 5 p.m. I won't give the details of how he did it. To give me my faith. That's how I see it. It's a broken marriage. My former wife was sexually abused by her own father, and she managed to achieve through her lies in the English courts a false position, whereby I was banned from the family, so obviously I must be a bad man. Anyway, I've survived so far. Both my hair and my beard I will never cut till I die. I'm 64 now, so I'm not a child. I've survived. I'm a survivor. Until I die. I never cut them, because I'm living for my son, Robert Francis. I've thought of starting a foundation. Well, normally foundations have people with sort of squillions give it away to this and that. Well, all I have is faith. Poor old Beethoven. Come on, wake up. So that was the scene. Dum, da, 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 dee, da, 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 dum. And then he works on it for the next 36.5 minutes, I think. He died at the age of 56 only. His dates are 1770 to 1826. And we've just had this weekend St. Francis' Day on Sunday. I'm now Tuesday, actually. It's Tuesday, in fact. Not Monday, but anyway. On Sunday, the 4th, it's the 6th today, obviously, then. My usual. Quite early in the morning. St. Francis's dates are 1182 to 1226. He died at only the age of 44. Most beautiful spirit. With the Poor Clares as well, God put 2 beautiful Christian spirits. Apparently the citizens of Assisi, so that's where Francis was from, obviously, St. Francis of Assisi in Umbria, sort of northwest middle northwestern Italy in the Umbrian mountains. You get these huge thunderstorms because of the rocks and so on. The Paul Clares too. So there were two beautiful Christian spirits, but the citizens of Assisi, Monte Subasio is the mountain behind, Monte Subasio, and they could see a light shining when he was in contemplative prayer with his monks, like an aurora. He was so close to God. So the power of faith, the power of a human being's faith, is very great. Through faith, Christ says, Christ says, with faith you can move mountains, or words to that effect. Why don't people see this? I see it so clearly. There's so few people I meet, just in general, with whom I can just relate instantly, because they have faith. So often in God through Christ. So often I'm with people, I'm always meeting people, and I can't even talk about it because they'd think I'm there. There's this lovely lady I used to meet. I'm afraid I don't anymore, but I've moved, so she's in a wheelchair, so I think she's got MS or something like that, and we used to meet at the swimming pool in St Albans or Sainsbury's afterwards when it still had a tea room. So she's in a wheelchair. It's progressive and terminal. There's no cure. And she was always smiling. It's quite extraordinary. I mean, I've got a bad leg, but I can still get around. Just about. And we just used to look at each other and say, love, seriously. And we just understood each other. She's a married lady. Right, back to Beethoven. Enough of this. Faith, faith, faith. Faith, hope, and love. That's it. Faith, hope, and love.